Don't call yourself stupid, please. Hi, everyone. Leo Notenboom here for askleo.com. I hear a lot of questions from many different people. I hear a lot of comments, complaints, excuses, and justifications. I also hear a lot of frustration and helplessness. I get it. Computers and technology can be frustrating at times and leave you feeling quite helpless. That's why Ask Leo exists, after all. And while many of the different comments and opinions and reactions and complaints can occasionally leave me feeling frustrated, there's one that really bugs me. What statements get me frustrated? I'm dumb, or I'm stupid when it comes to computers. You are not stupid. There are indeed stupid people out there, don't get me wrong, but you're not one of them. How do I know? Easy. Stupid people don't go looking for help. Stupid people don't ask questions. I know, you meant when it comes to computers. It doesn't matter, the same statements apply. By labeling yourself as dumb or stupid, even if it's just when it comes to computers, you are telling yourself you are incapable. That belief will get in the way of any answer I might give. That belief will prevent you from seeing the answers that are staring you in the face. You're defeated before you've even begun. You won't bother to learn because deep down you don't believe that you can. And please, trust me, you can. Here's a not-so-secret secret. It's likely only your attitude stopping you from making progress. It's your fundamental assumption of failure that causes most of what you try to fail. If those beliefs weren't in the way, I believe your experience with technology would be significantly more positive. I'm not saying changing those beliefs will fix the problems you encounter, but I'm absolutely convinced that an attitude of I can instead of I can't will result in making more progress on your own and ultimately experiencing fewer problems and frustrations. Yes, computers can be damned complicated. And yes, they are often very frustrating. That's not your fault. When problems arise, I see person after person giving up and putting the blame on themselves. Negative self-talk is only guaranteed to make things worse. Unfortunately, our fast-paced society has set some pretty high standards. Apparently, if you don't get this stuff instantly, you must be stupid. That could not be more wrong, particularly when it comes to computers. Stepping back and taking a little time to calmly, patiently understand what's happening, how things work, and how things interrelate is a worthwhile investment. Spending some time understanding basic concepts can save you hours of frustration later on. It's one of the reasons I rarely give just the answer without a little gentle education as to why something is the way it is. That little bit of knowledge might help you figure out a similar situation on your own with less frustration in the future. Right up there with I'm dumb is I'm too old. Put it bluntly, bullshit. Seriously, there is nothing standing in your way but your own attitude. Some of the most rewarding comments I get are from seniors who've resolved an issue and have gotten themselves online, perhaps enabling a new level of communication between generations. One of the saddest thoughts is all those out there who think they're too old or too dumb when it comes to computers, who could have been doing the same if not for that attitude standing in the way. Please, don't let that be you. Now, I'm stupid when it comes to computers is often a mask for I'm not interested in computers. No one's asking you to be interested or enjoy this stuff. Not everyone does. That's not only okay, it's inevitable. Different people have different interests. But don't let your lack of interest affect your perception of your ability. I've heard from many folks who tell me essentially, this stuff frustrates me, but I know I'll figure it out. That's wonderful. Not the frustration part, as inevitable as that is for all of us, but the I'll figure it out part. That's not being stupid. It's just being uninterested. Language matters a lot. Self-talk matters. I desperately want you to stop using words like dumb or stupid or too old when referring to yourself. But I also get that you're trying to give me a sense of some of your experience or knowledge when it comes to computers. All right, then use terms that reflect that. I'm not very knowledgeable, and I don't know a lot about, are great ways to express a sense of ignorance, which is a term simply meaning lack of knowledge when it comes to technology. I've never used computers much. I don't have a lot of experience with, or I'm new to, are good ways to point out you don't have a lot of hands-on experience with the topic at hand. I have trouble understanding. This doesn't make sense to me, are ways to narrow down exactly what it is you're having trouble with. Sometimes it's how the information is presented rather than the information itself that's the stumbling block. Computers frustrate me. I hate that I have to deal with this. The thing should just work. Gives me a sense of both your frustration and your lack of interest, even though you're having to deal with some kind of a tech issue. All of those approaches give me the additional context you feel is helpful without demeaning your own abilities. So, stop using self-deprecating terms. They are self-fulfilling prophecies. Instead, be honest about where you are, but realize you're capable of learning. In fact, for any of the statements you might make about your own situation, consider adding the phrase, "but I'm willing and able to learn," even if you do that only in your own mind. That is the attitude that will help you cope, help you grow, and ultimately help you deal with whatever frustrating and complex issue you face. That's the attitude that will help me, and so many others like me, help you. For updates, for comments, for links related to this topic and more, visit askleo.com/13521. I'm Leo Notenboom. This is askleo.com. Thanks for watching.